Pulling it up. This house a madhouse, bro. Madhouse. All right. Let's do it. Here we go. Thank you so much for joining Spazzing Out, America's podcast. Every single day, more and more people listen to the podcast. When we do the podcast, I go live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So if you're listening to the podcast, a lot of people do. A lot of people don't join us for the live feed, but a lot of people apparently listen to the podcast. If you'd like to join for the live feed, we do it on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitter right now, retweet this. If you're watching on Facebook, share this link right now or this feed. Plus, follow me on all of my social medias and subscribe to the podcast. Go to Spazzing Out. Just you put it in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Pandora, Spotify, right? Spazzing Out, S-P-A-Z, that little thing, N-O-U-T. There you go. I got that right, I think. Look it up. Subscribe. Now, I got to find a different time to do the podcast. I just have to. I like doing the podcast at night, but I think I'm going to have to start doing it while I'm at work. The most important part of the podcast, unfortunately, is the recording of the podcast. I love doing the live stream. I'm going to continue to do the live stream. The timing of it never works out for me. It's a super pain in the ass because I have spilt milk all over the place. What is spilt milk for the new listeners? Spilt milk is anything that happens in your life that takes away from the real things that matter in life. For example, let's say you were watching the Bruins. Last night you were watching the Bees and you want to see if they win and they're going to move on in the playoffs, but then your daughter comes in and she pissed her diaper and you got to change her diaper. The dog comes in, takes a crap on the floor. Your wife comes in, gives you a problem. That's spilt milk. The more you want to watch the game's out because now all you give a crap about is your wife. A little, you know what? Deeper than that, your neighbor, right? Your neighbor's kid gets kidnapped, right? So your neighbor's daughter gets taken. He comes over, he's like, hey, have you seen my daughter? You're like, yeah, bro, chill. My daughter just shit herself. Sorry that your kid is missing, but I'm dealing with a full diaper. That's spilt milk. You get what I'm saying? It blocks out the important things. That's what Americans care about. That's why this is America's podcast. Because what we really care about, we don't care that Joe Biden's going to be speaking. We don't care that Obama's speaking tonight. We don't care about the DNC. We love Trump, but we don't really care. What we care is what's happening right now. What we care about is we go to the supermarket and they're out of pepperoni because there's a pepperoni shortage. And we're like, damn, man, I wanted pepperoni. I don't want pepperoni, but you get what I'm trying to say. That's what spilled milk is, and I'm dealing with it. It's driving me nuts. I bitch all the time about dogs. I don't want a dog. I don't want a dog. I like dogs, but I don't want one. Why? Because I don't want to take care of it. I don't want, my house smells like dog piss. I go into the kitchen, I can't even breathe. Apparently, the dog pisses all over the place. It's driving me bonkers. Why is the dog pissing all over the place? Because I don't have time for a dog. Only a jackass keeps a dog and has a dog when you don't have time for it. It's not fair to the dog, and you can't get pissed at the dog because the dog tries all day long to hold its piss. It's there all day like, oh, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to do it. He's going to be, oh my, he's going to walk me, please. Oh, he's trying. So I got to go. And then he pees. You can't get pissed. You can't get upset with him. You can't. It's not his fault. He was here too damn long. He had to go to the bathroom. I get it. But I don't want a dog for that reason. I don't want to have to rush home to walk the stupid thing. I don't want to clean up its piss. And then when my daughter, here's the real problem. My daughter is screaming. She's all upset. God knows why. I don't know that her chicken nuggets are cold or something. I don't know. So I figure I'm trying to find out what's wrong with her. And the dog's like, "Row, row, 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 row." I'm like, ah, shut up. Literally. Things barking in my face while I'm trying to figure out what's up with my daughter. I can't stand it. I could have booted the thing to the fucking moon. No need for it. I don't want a dog in my life. I don't need that kind of spilt milk. And then I have other problems. Now, I must say, congratulations to my wife, Kaylee. As you guys know, I have a Peloton, and Peloton tracks. It's a cool bike. It's really expensive. Uh, More money than I would ever want to spend on anything. I'm very cheap, very frugal. But my wife loves the Peloton. She's got the bike. And today was her 100th ride. And when they do 100 rides, you get the pot, you get a participation trophy for showing up 100 times. I don't want to say it like that. You know what? She's proud of herself. I got to give her where normally you guys know how I feel. Whipty ding, you showed up 100 times, whatever. But you know what? She's really proud of herself, so I'm proud of her. Honey, I love you so much. I'm so proud that you've made 100 rides on Peloton. And, here's to the next 100. Now, apparently, you're supposed to buy balloons for whoever. So I guess when you get to your 100 rides, you're supposed to buy balloons. I did, because thank God she told me, because I wouldn't have known. She texted me in the day, said, you're supposed to get me. She did the, Hermie doesn't want to make toys. I got that fucking text message, the Hogan face, with nicely reminding me that, hey, today I'm going to do my 100th ride, and you're supposed to get me balloons. So whatever. I went, I got balloons, and I'm really happy for her, and I'm glad she's working really hard. She's been killing it on the bike. Balloons are right up there with flowers with me. For those of you that don't know, flowers are a waste of money gift. You should not bring them. Listen, any asshole that buys flowers for a wedding, for a funeral, for the prom, for your wife's anniversary, anything like that, you're just throwing money out the window. It's a nothing gift. They're garbage. They're garbage. Flowers are ridiculous. I would much rather, trust me, the dead guy doesn't give a crap about the flowers. They don't. They don't care. No one cares. They're just going to get burnt, bro. They're gone. It's just total waste of money. And they're super expensive. It's garbage. Balloons, I feel the same way. Some balloons aren't really expensive, but I feel the same way about balloons. Nobody gives a crap about balloons. What happens to balloons at birthday parties? Kids pop them, or they go away up in the atmosphere and they disappear. I don't know what happens after that. Psh, they're gone. But it's a waste of money. Balloons are a waste of money. The only thing you need balloons for is apparently to sell a car. You have to. If you can't sell a car unless you have balloons. Apparently you have to have a balloon every 5 feet at a car dealership to sell a car. I don't know why, but whatever. Anyways, I got the balloons. I'm really happy. Now there is one big problem. And I have a beef with this, so I want to get it out, because now I have two problems with Peloton. Yesterday we talked about the fact, or maybe it was the day before, we talked about the fact that, maybe it was yesterday, I don't know, man. We talked about one of the instructors shouting out Black Lives Matter while I'm trying to work out. Please, I don't want to get political while I'm working out. I already said it. I'm not watching Fox News while I'm getting in shape. Now I'm trying to get a little news, a little education. Sure, I'll put on Fox News. Right? But while I'm watching Fox News, I don't want someone to come on and be like, yeah, let's go. We're going to go for a ride and we're going to kill it. No, I don't want that. So I don't want that for my Peloton. I guess, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I guess when you hit your 100th ride and you're doing a live ride, the instructor shouts people out. The instructor will shout someone out. And of course, I'll let you guys guess. Of course, the instructor shouts out a bunch of other people who are on their 100th ride, but they don't shout out Kaylee. This is a nightmare scenario. You guys have to understand. I love my wife to death, but my wife, I don't know, she's like 31 or maybe 32. So she's in that millennial age group. She needs the gratification. She wants the high five for doing the 100 rides. And I gave it to her. I told her high five. I did a video for her. I love her. I want her to have it. But it's a nightmare for me that she doesn't get it. Why? Because $3,000 on this piece of crap, $30 a goddamn day, or I mean a month. What's that? What's that times 12, bro? What the hell is that? Is that $336 a year? My God, I expect and I demand a shout out. So I wasn't going to write Peloton. I wasn't going to do anything. I'd send a letter about the Black Lives Matter, but I will be sending Peloton a complaint about the fact that they didn't shout her out, because, bro, I want my name shout out every single time. I spent $3,000. When I get on that bike, I want to be like, oh, he spent $3,000. Anthony Powell spent $3,000. $3,000. $3,000. $3,000. Drives me nuts. And now she's upset about it. And what happens when your wife is upset? Are things good at your house? At your house in America? America, what happens when your wife is upset? We all saw the video of Trump and Melania walking out of Air Force One. She won't touch his hand. She won't hold his hand. He wants to be nice to her. No, she ain't having it. She's not having it. We're all in trouble when the wife isn't happy. All of us. Everyone. And shit rolls downhill. Everybody is affected by it. If I'm taking heat because the Peloton douchebag didn't shout her out, right? So Peloton douchebag doesn't shout her out. That gets her upset. I can't say how I really feel, which is, what's the big deal? Who cares if the guy shouts you out? You're working out for you. You're working out for you. You're not working out for the Peloton guy. You're working out for you. But fuck it. She's pissed off about it. So I try to be cool about it. I'm like, hey, you know, hon, they got a lot of people on there riding. A lot of people on there. They can't get to everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to console her, but now I'm the dickhead. You don't care. You're upset. Like she's upset. You don't care that I did 100 rides. I'm like, no, honey, it's great. I love you. I care. Please. But now we're all dead. We're all of us. And if I'm dead, you're dead. If I have to pay the price, everybody pays the price. Literally, bro. I go to if I wake up in the morning, my wife is giving me crap. If I was a police officer, you'd all be in trouble. If my wife gave me crap in the morning before I went into my shift, I'd be pulling everybody over. Every single person. I'd pull everybody in America over, and I'd let you feel what I feel. I'd be like, yeah, bro. Guy'd be like, oh, what did I do? I'm like, you know what you did? Nothing. But my wife gave me crap today, so I'm pulling you over, and you're getting a ticket because I'm pissed that I took crap for no reason. There. I feel better. Truth of the matter is, if you're in a loop of friends and one of your boys' wives or wife, I don't know the link, bro. I don't care. You want proper English? You reach out to Mr. Mike Pazziali. That guy's an English teacher. You're not gonna get it here, bro. And I don't care to give it. If you don't, you know what I mean when I'm trying to talk. So if you're hanging out with a bunch of dudes, a bunch of guys, you got a group of friends, and one of their wives is pissed, he's gonna be pissed, and you guys are all gonna know about it. You're all gonna know, but you all pay. All of us. You all pay. Just make the bitch happy. Wow, don't see, I can't even say bitch. This is recorded. I forget that the podcast, I forget that Kaylee can listen to the podcast. And bro, she listens because she loves me. Or she listens because she knows I'm going to say something stupid and she wants to bring the pain. She doesn't really want to bring the pain. She supports me. She really does. And I support her, but I say stupid stuff all the time that gets me in trouble. So maybe I should just back up on this and just say, hun, congratulations on 100 rides on Peloton. I'm so sorry that Peloton douchebag, scumbag, didn't give you a shout out. Continue to work hard, and when you get to your 200th ride, maybe they'll do it then. And if they don't do it then, maybe they'll do it at 300, 400, or 500. I'm sure that they'll do it eventually, sweetie. Of course they will, because I'm going to send them a fucking letter, and I'm going to beg them. I'll go to New York to their office building and bang on the door. Bang! Peloton! Peloton! Hey! Peloton! Guy opened the door. Like, yeah, hey, Mr. Peloton, listen, someone's got to shout out my wife, because if you don't, it's going to be a problem for me. For me. That's how, listen, there's two things in guys' lives. They're driven by getting laid. They'll do anything for it. Anything. Read the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. If you could turn your desire to have sex into making money, you'd be loaded. The next thing that we care about is not dealing with our wife's crap, and we do anything. I will drive. If I can't get a response from Peloton, bro, I will go to New York to their corporate office, and I will knock, and I will bang on someone's door until I get heard. And because why? Because when that 200 ride comes by, bro, and they don't shout her out, it's going to happen again. We have pain. Men have pain. Pain. Well, wars are fought because of women. You're the president, or you're a king somewhere, and your wife is like up your ass. She's like, oh, you better take out Bulgaria. And you're like, no, come on, honey. I don't want to take it. If you don't take out Bulgaria, I'm going to treat you like crap every single day. And boom, 2 seconds later, guy's going to be on the phone. Yeah, hey. Yeah, send a missile over and let's blow up Bulgaria. Yeah. What do you mean for what, bro? Hold on. My wife's in the room. I'll tell you later. Yeah, yeah. You got it? Yeah, 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 yeah. My wife wants to do it. Oh, you understand. I know you understand. I know, I know. No, 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 no. We can't take out turkey for your wife, bro. Sorry, I'm the king. You're not. Get what I'm saying? You understand? So I love my wife, but women in general, not just my wife, can be very difficult. And we try to do things to make them happy, and we'll do almost anything to make them happy. So I will be reaching out to Peloton and I kindly will request that please, for the love of God, when Kaylee gets to her 200th ride, make sure someone shouts her out. Please do me that favor. Do my family a favor. Do America a favor. Do America's podcast a favor. We can't deal with another one of these. Please. My God. Please. All right. My daughter just came downstairs. So we do need to get some real issues. We got the Peloton, we got the spilt milk out of the way. Something that I wanted to talk about. Mask or no mask? Now, I don't want to have a debate. Let me be clear about this. I don't want to have a debate on whether or not you're a mask person or not a mask person. I don't care what you do. I honestly don't. I don't. I own a junk removal company, and when I go to a job, I just ask the homeowner. I say, hey, mask, no mask. What's the deal? If it's an outside job, I don't put the mask on. If I'm going inside the house, I'll put the mask on for a couple of reasons. One, I put the mask on because people, whether you like it or not, or whether I like it or not, people, listen, this is going to sound a little bit big-headedness and a little conceited, but it is what it is. Anytime I go to a job, people usually want to take a picture or they film it and they post it on social media or something like that. Last two houses, the house I went to today, guy did the same thing. I have a mask on because if I'm not wearing a mask and I'm around other people, we're going right back to the Peloton conversation. That's it. I'm dead. I don't want to be dead at home. I don't have a mask on and I'm in a photo with other people. Dead. I have masks. I have photos of me with people on Facebook from doing a take jump job without a mask. I got lit up. So I don't want to deal with that crap. I don't have the mask on particular because I'm worried about COVID. I got the mask on because when I get home, my wife's going to fucking kill me. So I don't want to deal with that crap. But I don't care what you do. Some people say it doesn't work. Some people like to say, yeah, if you fart, how come you could smell it through your pants? I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. I really don't. So that's not the problem. I have a problem with people breaking private business rules. That is my issue. There is a video that I posted on my Instagram at SpazWAF, also on my Twitter at SpazWAF, also on my Facebook at SpazWAF, not on TikTok, not on the Chinese app because we got banned from the Chinese app. We don't care about the Chinese app anymore. We call it the Chinese app now because we hate it. We're pissed off about it. Here on America's podcast, we don't care about the Chinese app or anything from China. So, what the hell was I talking about, dude? Oh, right. There was a fight. There was a fight between two passengers on an American Airlines flight, I believe it was. Now, the airline, their rule is if you want to get on a plane, you have to wear a mask. They're a privately owned business. This is their private decree. They have said you do not get on our flights or you get your ass kicked off our flight if you're not wearing a mask. So people get on. Someone decides, well, I'm taking my mask off because it's uncomfortable. Who knows why? Someone gets in this person's face. Let me tell you something. People are brazen about this shit. So this lady gets in her face. I think it was two women that fought. It gets in her face and she's like, ah. I don't know what she said because you can't hear it in the video. Anyway, she was pissed that this lady didn't have the mask on. Boom. They both get into a beef. Ridiculous. I don't really care about the fight. Here's my problem. First off, no mask person. The person that's on the flight, you're a douchebag. This should be a DB alert for you, a douchebag alert. Because now you messed up everybody else's flight. The flight didn't take off. Everybody they had to pull your ass off. You didn't get to go where you wanted to go. You fucked up your family's trip. You messed up everything, all because you couldn't just put a piece of cloth over your goddamn face. You had to, at that moment was when you wanted to stand your ground. At that moment was when you were going to put, what do they call it? Stick your shovel in the dirt. I don't know put your foot in the ground and you were going to stand your ground right then and there. That's fantastic. You moron. and then the other idiot, you don't need to get involved. Don't get involved. Because now you got booted off the flight for getting into a fight. You don't have to get involved. Someone doesn't want to wear a mask, put your mask on. And if it bothers you, go talk to the flight attendant, the stewardess. Can we call them stewies? Go talk to the stewie and say, hey, this person won't wear a mask. Are you going to do something about it? Simple. And they will do something about it because it's against their policy. They will handle it. You don't have to get into a fight, you idiot. But go check out the video. See what you guys think. Here's my problem I'm just sick of dealing with it, and I'm sick of the confrontations and the garbage. This is a very simple solution. If someone owns a private business and they say you cannot wear a mask in their private business, well then, you can't go in their private business without wearing a mask. And if you don't like it, don't go. So if an airline says you got to wear a mask and you don't want to, well, then you don't fly. Bye. When Demoulas is like, you got to wear a mask to buy groceries, you don't wear a mask, you don't get groceries. It's simple. If a restaurant says, hey, if you want to sit inside, you need to wear a mask, well, I guess that doesn't really make sense. But if they did, fuck it. If they did, well, then you don't get to go inside. That's it. And then if you're going into someone's private residence, my house, if I say, hey, you got to wear a mask or you can't come in, well, that's it. You either put a mask on or you don't come in. Now, the same goes in the other direction, okay? There's a sheriff in Florida. You cannot wear a mask if you go into his barracks. His rule is no masks in his office. It's to protect the police officers. He wants to see everybody's face. With the climate that's going on right now and the way that everybody hates police officers and people are doing bad things, and we'll talk about another story about something bad that happened to a retired cop. He wants to see your face. So when you come into his building, no mask. If you are a masked person, don't go into the building. That's it. Call. Say, hey, sheriff, I got my mask on. I don't want to come in, but here's my complaint. Life is really simple. I don't know why you guys make it so difficult. Life is very simple, and rules are put in place for you to follow. And if you don't want to follow them, don't go there. Don't abide by. You don't have to abide by someone's rules if you don't go to the establishment. It's simple. So enough of this bitching about the mask, no mask. I don't care. You're a donkey and you don't want to wear masks around other people and you want to get COVID, great. Or if you just think that masks don't work, so it doesn't matter, great. I don't care. Ta-da! Do whatever the hell you want, bro. But when you go into a private business or someone's house and they say you have to wear a mask, you got to wear it. Or you don't come in and don't bitch. I don't want to hear your crap about, it's my right not to wear a mask. Well, it's my business. And it's my right to tell you to fuck off. So, bye. See you later. You're not coming into 7-Eleven. No Slurpee. No $5 pizza. No wings. Get out of here. See you later. Thank you. Come again. Or don't come again. So annoying. Speaking of because I just mentioned police officers, there's a story in the news. And there's video of it. I put it on my social media. You could check this out too. I think I just put it on my Facebook, maybe my Twitter. But a retired New York City Police Department a sergeant got his ass beat bad. He got beat down. No one really knows exactly what happened yet. The whole thing is under investigation, but it was caught on video. The reason that I'm bringing it up, first off, it's just stuff like this really pisses me off. That I don't know if this guy knew he was a retired police officer or not, but I have nothing but respect for good, clean police officers that put their life on the line for us and that did put their life on the line. They're right up there with veterans for me. So we have veterans that fought in wars, and I have nothing but respect for these guys, and they deserve everything. They listen, the way I feel, if you're going to give free shit out to people, you should be giving free stuff to veterans. That all day long. These guys should live better than Tom Brady. These guys should be living better than Bill Gates. If you're going to take billionaires' money, well, take it and give it to the veterans. Don't give it to poor lazy-ass people. Give it to vets. So I'm all for everything vet. The vets want it, they should get it. They should get it. Bro, we should build a house for every single veteran in America and just give it to them. That's the kind of money. I mean, we're spending that kind of money on free handouts. You might as well give it to someone that fought for your freedom. Now, I feel the same way about police officers because these guys, they spend 20, 10, 20, 30 years on a police force protecting us. They're our home soldiers. These guys protect us in our cities, in our states, and make sure we're safe. This is the reason that you can walk down the street at night. Why I can go up to the beach? Because they're a deterrent. They're there to protect you in case you need them. They put their life on the line, and it's unfortunate. It's not even unfortunate. It's disgusting that this retired police officer got his ass beat in. And it's a terrible video. Some 20-year-old punk beats the hell out of him. Pretty bad. What's even more disgusting, and this is why I wanted to bring it up, is that there were people watching it happen. If you watch the video, there's at least 2 other people standing there doing nothing. Now, if you didn't know the guy was a cop, I don't think that matters. You can tell clearly that he's an older white man. You can tell that he's about retirement age. So here is an older white man getting his ass beat in by a 20-year-old, and no one's doing anything about it. And no one's pissed off about it. And no one's protesting about it. And Joe Biden's not going to have this guy speak tonight during his DNC and be like, look what happened to me. No one gives a shit. And it's terrible. It's awful. All of a sudden, what? It's no big deal because it's a white guy getting his ass beat in? No one cares? So, no problem. Beat up the white old dude. Nobody gives a crap about that. It's garbage. And if you try, and this is what gets me in trouble. When you try to make comments and just say, hey, why do we all get up in arms when a black guy gets his ass kicked in, but when a white old dude gets his ass kicked in, no one cares. When a white 5-year-old gets his head blown off, no one cares. What's going on here? Why is that a problem? Why don't we care? Why aren't we as outraged about it? Why aren't we ever protest? Why don't we? You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to Boston tonight and I'm going to smash out some windows in local businesses. And when they arrest me, I'm going to say, oh, I'm just protesting because a white dude got his ass kicked in. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that some old white guy got his... I'm going to go nuts. No, I couldn't. Because if I did, they lock me up and they say, no, you're not protesting. You're just being an idiot. And they'll throw me away, and they don't care. These guys deserve respect. Retired police officers, retired firemen, retired military. How about we just say this? Retired law enforcement. They deserve our respect. These people fight for us, and they put their lives on the line for us. And they did put their lives on the line for us. It's disgusting that this guy gets his ass kicked and no one helps him. It's disgusting. I hope that New York... No, this is even worse. I think the guy just got a ticket for... this is even... I feel like this is even worse. I don't think that anything's going to happen to this kid. I think he's just going to get a slap on the wrist. He's just going to get a slap. If it were the other way around, I think he was a black kid. I don't really know. I should probably look into that before I start throwing claims out there. All I'm telling you is if it was a black guy that got his ass kicked in like that, people would be in a fucking uproar and everybody would be going nuts. I don't know why we're all not equal. Everybody wants equality. Everybody wants to be equal. Well, then why when a white guy gets his ass kicked in, no one cares. But when a black guy gets his ass kicked in, people care. If we're all equal and we're all the same, then we should care about everybody the same. And we should be up in an uproar when punk-ass 20-year-olds beat old dudes. Man, why wasn't I there? Because I'm telling you, if I ever see a 20-year-old punk beating up an old dude, I'm going to fucking smash his face in. And I'm not a violent dude. I'm a big pussy. I'm the biggest pussy. Me, pussy. Big time pussy. But I get involved. You see an old guy getting his ass kicked and you don't do anything about it. I hope they get in trouble. I hope you get in trouble. All the cops that sat around and watched what happened to Floyd, and that was bad, so I'm not saying it wasn't, but they all got in trouble. Well, now you should get in trouble for sitting back. I hope they ID you, and I hope you get busted for sitting back and watch this old dude get his ass kicked. All right. Yeah, what should we talk about here? I want to bitch about UMass real quick, but before I get, you know what? I got to talk about this Tatis Jr. guy. Everybody knows, I don't even know if that's how you say it. Is it Tatis? Tatis Jr.? I'm not a big baseball fan. I find baseball very boring. It's slow. It takes too long. 9 innings is just too long. It's too long. And it'd be a lot better if it was like 3 innings or 4 or 5, something like that. Like real quick, in and out. Let's get the game. How long is the starting pitcher staying for nowadays? 5 innings, 6 innings? Why don't we just do that? Starting pitcher gets out there, he pitches. It's just fucking boring. But I want to talk about this guy because the other night, apparently, he hit a grand slam off a 3-0 pitch. What's a 3-0 pitch? You got 3 balls, no strikes, and the bases are loaded. And I guess there's an unwritten rule in baseball that if you got a 3-0, if you're up in the count 3-0, you don't swing. You take it. You take the ball. I always, honestly, I don't play baseball, but I would think that when you have a 3-0 count, you'd get the green light to swing. That's what I would think that. I don't know much about baseball, so I might be wrong here, but I would think that if I had a 3-0 count, that the next one's coming over the plate because he doesn't want to throw a ball and walk me. So I'm guessing that the ball's coming over the plate, dude. I'm taking a rip at it. Anyways, people in baseball are pissed off, and they made this guy apologize. And his manager went out and apologized. Here was the problem. They were up like 10-3 or 10-4 or something like that. They were up by a lot in the 8th inning. And this is what I'm talking about, dude. Butthurt. This is major. Bro, it's a fucking pro sport. And you people are upset. It's a pro sport. You're up like 10-5 in the 8th. You still got 2 at-bats. You can come back. Oh, he swung at the 3-0 pitch and hit a grand slam. We got to make him apologize. So the opposing team's manager does his press conference, is like, yeah, I think it's really garbage that he swung at that. Then this dude's manager for the Padres apologizes, and then makes him apologize. Do you guys see what's going on here? Do you see what's happening? This is a frigging professional sport. There is no taking your foot off someone's throat in professional sports. This is big boy sports. This is, I'm going to kick your... Belichick would never. Remember that game where Bill Belichick threw up like 60-something points? They just kept scoring. They're like, pew, 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 pew. You never take your foot off the gas, especially with 2 at-bats left. Anything can happen. And he has to apologize. I think it's garbage. It's embarrassing. And that's why baseball is just embarrassing. So embarrassing that now we have to apologize for winning. That's a problem. This is the problem in the United States of America now. And this is why I love about America's podcast, because on America's podcast, we're not sorry. We're not sorry. We're not sorry that we're pissed off that you beat up a white guy. We're not. We're not sorry about it. We're pissed. We're upset. I'm not sorry. And if you don't like it, I always say it. If you got a problem with what I have to say, then blame your parents because they raised a pussy. I'm not sorry for how I feel. And I'm not sorry that I'm pissed off that Major League Baseball made this embarrassing. I would never make this guy apologize. If I was that team manager, I wish I was the manager. I wish I could talk to the manager. And I'd say, if I was the owner of that team, I'd fire the fucking manager. I'd go down, I'd say, bro, you're fired. Get out of here. We're here to win. I want winners. I want to win. I want you to kill and kill and kill. We play until the game is over. I don't care if it's 50,000 to nothing. We want to win. And if you're going to get in one of my best players, my rising star's head, and say, hey, we just kind of win here. Just a little bit. We don't want to make the other guy feel bad. We don't, hey, whoa, you can't hit a grand slam when we're up by 5 runs. Oh, no. So just kind of play. Absolutely not. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we're here to win. You think in real business, this is real business. It's baseball. It's played for money. Money. Everything is on the line. Every win counts. Every hit counts. There's no room for laying off. And there's absolutely no room to apologize for winning and trying to be the best. There's no room for that crap. Absolutely no room. It's embarrassing, and it makes me hate baseball even more. It just does. It's like when did we start having to apologize for winning? When? Think about this. We now have to say, I'm sorry for winning. I apologize. You imagine if like Mike Tyson, it just knocks somebody out, right? He TKO some guy back in the day, just dusted the guy in the pitch. Hey, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry that I knocked you out. I apologize. I know I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have made the bet. I should have made it go 12 rounds. Shut up! And it's like, and people are always like, why do you get so mad? Why do you get so passionate about it? Because you let this stuff slide, it grows. It grows. My kid hears about it. My son asks me about it. He's like, Dad, and my kid don't watch baseball, but he hears about it. And he's like, hey, he's like, why do you feel about this guy who hit the grand slam and everybody's all pissed off at him? And I'm like, nah, I'll tell you, he knows how I feel. I go, Bud, you know how I feel. I'm like, you're here to win. You do whatever it takes to win, and you do not stop until you win. Yeah, there is a time for sportsmanship. Yes, I'm not disagreeing. Listen, there is a time for sportsmanship. But when you're up 10-3 in the 8th inning, it's not time for sportsmanship. Anything can happen at 2 at-bats. Anything. Right now, it's time to put them away, to close the door, to hit the grand slam. That's the time. Every game counts in a short season. They need to win, and you got to win in demanding fashion. There is a time for sportsmanship. For example, you're playing ice hockey and you beat some guy up and you brought him to the ice. Okay, fight's over. Sportsmanship. No problem. I get it. Time for sportsmanship. Great. Well, when you hit the grand slam, right, and you're up 10-0, you don't taunt. You don't have to rub it in their face. You don't have to be a dickhead about it. You're just solidifying the win. But you don't got to rub it in someone's face. That's sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is not laying back. If anything, it's embarrassing. If I was the other team, I would be so embarrassed. I would not want you to let up on me. Do not let up on me. Absolutely not. Do not ever let up on me. Because I won't stop, bro. If you get in a dust up with me, you make sure I'm dead. Don't give me any sportsmanship. Because I won't give you any back, dude. I'll bite your fucking balls. I'll do whatever it takes to win. I don't care. It's insane. And it's a problem. This is where I have to be like, I feel like I got to be America's dad. It's a problem in the United States, and it's a big problem. Why? Because slowly but surely we get weaker. Slowly but surely people sit back, right? You think that in Russia, Putin sits there, he loves it, he's laughing. He's like, look at these idiots. He's like, they're making people apologize for hitting grand slams. We're not even going to have to fight them. We're just going to show up and take over. That's what's going to happen. 20, 30 years from now, we're going to be such a bunch of friggin' pussies that we're just sorry for everything. Oh, bro, the DNC, do you know what they're running on? Do you know what their tag phrase is? Kindness and empathy. Oh, is he going to run on kindness? Joe Biden's got kindness and empathy. Bro, I don't want kindness and empathy from my fucking president. I want a guy that gets it done. Is there a time for kindness? Yes. Should you be humble? Yes. Should you have empathy? Absolutely. You should. But I don't want to hear that crap from someone who's running for president. I want to hear about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and how you're going to get it done. I want to hear that you're going to keep the military strong. I want to hear that you're going to fight for the police officers and how you're not going to kindness and empathy. Oh, and we're going to make sure that old ladies get walked across the street on every corner in America. Kindness and empathy. Are you kidding me? I'm an empathetic person. Clearly I am. When I hear about this old white guy getting his ass kicked, I'm empathetic about it. I am. And I wish that someone had shown the guy kindness. I feel bad for him. And it's disgusting. So yeah, I have empathy. But in a sense, I don't. I don't like funerals. So I don't have empathy. Like when someone dies of drug addiction, I'm not empathetic towards them. I'm not. I'm like, dude, you killed yourself. I don't care. And people hate when I say that, but I'm certain things I'm not empathetic about. But I don't care if my president is empathetic. I don't need my president to be nice to me. I don't want my president to come to my house and be like, hey, Anthony, how you doing today, buddy? You feeling good? I don't care. What I want to know is the guy's getting the job done. That's what I want. What I want to know is that when a TikTok, the Chinese app, kicks me out of off their thing, Trump goes out and says, yeah, we're going to make it an American fucking app. And if it's not an American app, bye. That's a little personal thing. Kindness and empathy is important. I'm not saying that it's not, but you have to see what's happening. In Major League Baseball, you now have to apologize for hitting a grand slam. It's an unwritten rule. And here's what's even more unfortunate is this guy's having a good season. And maybe not this season. Maybe he won't have MVP numbers this season. But maybe down the road next year or the year after he will. And he won't win the MVP. Or he won't win it by a lot. Because writers will hold this against him. Because writers are pussies. The writers for Major League Baseball that vote for MVP will hold this against him. They will go back 2 years and say, hey, remember when this guy hit the grand slam and he broke the unwritten rule of baseball, which is, an 0-3 count, we can't actually beat people. They'll hold it against him. And it's garbage. If anything, if I was a writer, God knows I couldn't be. But if I was a writer and I had a say in who gets voted MVP, I'd vote for him. I'd be like, yep, vote. And then for the Padres coach, for the manager, I wouldn't vote him for coach of the year. I'd vote him dickhead of the year. I'd be like, yeah, where's your backbone? Way to stick up for your player, dickhead. Way to get out there and stick up for him. Way to get out there and say, hey, man, we're here to win. Belichick would have said that. Belichick would have been like, well, the game wasn't over. The game's not over. I didn't realize the game ended. We play football to win. Why couldn't you do that? So the manager doesn't back him. The manager of the other team, embarrassing. If I were a manager for the other team, I would have came on. This is what I would have said. Someone said, hey, how do you feel about the 0-3 hit? I would have said, you're damn right. I would have done the same thing. It's embarrassing that we were in the position that we were down 10-3, 10-4. I'm embarrassed at how bad our team played. I wouldn't be talking about the fact that the guy hit a grand slam. I would not care. It's a major problem in this country, and I blame parents, and I blame parents, and I blame the rage moms and the progressive pussies in this country that make everybody else feel like they have to be sorry. Well, here's something. Here's a little tidbit for you guys. I don't like my kids to apologize. My daughter says she's sorry a lot, and I always tell her, honey, you don't have to be sorry. Just don't do it again. I don't want to hear your apology. Apologies to me are garbage. My rule on apologies, if you don't apologize before I have to talk to you about it, then your apology means crap. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you broke something in the house, and you came to me and said, hey, Dad, I'm really sorry. I broke the window. I would believe that. I'd say, you know what, bud? That's a good apology. Good job. You broke the window. I didn't know about it. You came to me first. That's a man. And Dad, I want to fix it. Great. Now let's say I get to the window, and I'm like, who broke the window? And everybody's like, they all lie, but that's it. Everybody's in trouble till you get the truth. And then your son's like, Dad, I did it, and I'm sorry. And right then and there, I don't even care about the window anymore. I'm like, you're not sorry. Don't apologize to me. Don't lie to me. That's a lie. Don't lie. I don't want to be lied to. You're not sorry. And I don't care if he's sorry that he broke the window or not. I really don't. I don't give a crap. Don't break the window. I'll beat your ass. It's not the point. Point is, sorries are for bitches. There's an appropriate time to apologize, and that is when you should apologize. One, you apologize before someone calls you out. It's like those people that are in the news and they say something that the progressives have deemed should be canceled and you should never say. I say retard, okay? I call someone a retard. I'm like, you're retarded. And then my podcast gets canceled, and then I'm like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said the retard thing. No. That's not an apology. That you're being a pussy. What you should come out and say is, yes, I said the word retard. I understand that people don't like it and it's offensive to people. That's it. I'm not going to stop using the word. That's it. Done. I'll stop using it when I don't use it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? and little by little, we get closer and closer to just being pushovers. And it starts with baseball. It starts with parents that are like, yeah, that guy shouldn't have hit the grand slam. Well, not in my house. My house, I'm like, Narim, absolutely. Absolutely. You hit the grand slam every single time. Who cares what people say? You're here to win. That's it. You think Bill Gates is telling people he's sorry? You think Steve Jobs is saying I'm sorry? You think Elon Musk is saying I'm sorry? You think Warren Buffett is saying I'm sorry when he goes out and buys like 100,000 foreclosed houses? You think he's calling them people up being like, oh, I'm so sorry I bought your house? Nope. My ass. Yeah, I'm so sorry I bought your house 50 cents on the dollar, and now I'm selling them at 25 above market. He's not saying I'm sorry. Nope. You think landlords are saying I'm sorry when they're kicking out a bum? I'm so sorry, I'm going to kick you out. No. People that win don't apologize. And when they do apologize, it's a meaningful apology. And they apologize at the right time. They apologize before. A real man apologizes before it becomes an issue. Apologizes before anybody knows. Apologizes when he did something by himself and he knows it's going to affect other people, and he comes clean before anybody says anything about it. That is a meaningful apology. But there should be no apology here. We don't apologize for winning. I'm never going to be sorry for winning. Ever. Never, ever, ever. If anything, I'm sorry that I didn't win. But I will never say I'm sorry. Ever. If I ever hear my kid apologizing for winning, I forget it. Because it'll never happen. We don't apologize here. I don't. That's it. Unless you mean it. Like I'm trying to explain. My point is, if you win, we don't say I'm sorry for winning. I'm not sorry I got the gold medal. I'm not sorry I won the Stanley Cup. I'm not sorry that I won the Super Bowl. I'm not sorry that I'm the president. I'm not sorry that my podcast continues to grow.
Hi, Dad.
There's my beautiful daughter. Hi, honey. Say hi to everybody. All right. Excuse me. So just to wrap that up, here's the point. This really, to me, has nothing to do with this Tatis, the junior dude. I don't care about baseball, but it says everything about what's going on in America right now. Everything in America, we're the sorry, we're the I'm sorry, cancel culture people. Everything offends people, and everybody has to be sorry. It's like if you bought a brand new car, and someone's like, oh, man, look at the car you bought. Oh, I'm so sorry that I worked my ass off and I could buy this car and you didn't. I'm so sorry I'm a billionaire. Oh, my God. So sorry. I'm so sorry we won. I'm so sorry I kicked your ass. I'm so sorry. You know what we should do? We should send England an apology letter. I think that's what we should do. That's what we should do. We need to send the Queen of England an apology letter for winning the revolution. We'll apologize on the behalf of 1776 and all the Revolutionary War veterans back then, and George Washington will posthumously apologize for him for winning. We'll say, hey, we are so sorry that we won this war. Then, you know what we'll do? We'll do the same thing. We'll write an apology letter to the South. So sorry from dear South, we're very sorry that Ulysses S. Grant kicked your ass and saved the Union. And then, you know what? We'll send one. Maybe we should send one to Hitler. Hey, buddy, so sorry that we stormed the beaches in Normandy and that we saved the entire world from your dictatorship. We're sorry. Osama bin Laden, I am just so sorry that we snuck up on your ass and someone double tapped you. We're sorry. We are just, who was the other guy that we got? Saddam Hussein. We're so sorry that we found your spider hole and that we pulled you out and that you had to get, and that they hung you. Yasser Arafat, I'm so sorry that the people caught you and killed you and beat the hell out of you until you died. Mussolini, I'm sorry that the Italian people cut your feet off and hung you upside down till you bled out. We're sorry. I'm just so sorry. I apologize. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. If we don't start getting tough, and again, there is always room for kindness, empathy. Being humble is so important. That stuff is important. Sportsmanship, important. It is. But we can't be apologizing for winning. The second we start apologizing for being successful, we're done. And that's what people want. They want you to apologize for being successful. They shame you. Oh, look at him. Look at where he's such in good shape. Say, yeah, you want to be in good shape? Go for a run, you fat fuck. Do something. Do something. I'm done apologizing. It's disgusting to me that Major League Baseball made this guy apologize that his coach did. His coach didn't back him. If I wouldn't want to play there anymore. I'd ask to be traded. That's the truth. The second my coach doesn't back me, I'm out. I would go right down to the front office and say, hey, look, I want out. You better trade me right now. I'm not playing for this guy. He doesn't back me. I won. I went out. I hit a grand slam. I'm here to win. I'm out of here. Please trade me. I want to go play for a team that wants to win. In Boston, we wouldn't care, bro. Are you kidding me? Let's say it's Boston and we're playing the Yankees and it's an 0-3 pitch and someone from Boston, Poppy's up. All right, it's Big Poppy. He's in the box. It's an 0-3 count, and they're up by a bazillion on the Yankees. Dude's swinging. He's swinging for the fucking wall, and none of us would care. All right, that's it. I'm done bitching. I'm done for the night. I'm out. I'm out. My daughter's over here. I'm hungry. It's hot down here. Thank you so much. Oh, it's the last podcast of the week. Thank God. Honestly, thank God. I love doing the podcast, bro, but it does take a lot of time. It just does. And I don't get paid for it yet, so it makes it to be like even like a more hassle, but I'm getting close. Thanks to you guys. America's podcast is getting close to a point to where it's going to have advertisers because you guys continue to listen more and more. Another 500 downloads today of the podcast. So it's getting bigger. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to America's podcast. Thank you for listening to Spazzing Out. Subscribe to the podcast. If you would like to be here live while we record it, I do it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thank you so much for listening, and stop apologizing for winning. Go out and be successful, and don't be sorry about it. Don't be sorry to be who you are. Get after it. Work hard. Of course, be humble. But when you win and you do something in a winning fashion, you don't have to say you're sorry. Later. All right, YouTubes. If you don't subscribe, if you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to me now. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye. Twitter. Follow me. Later. Of course, Facebook peeps. You guys have a great weekend. Love you guys very much. I really appreciate all your support. You've been here since the beginning. Thanks, guys. Bye.